Hello, punters, and welcome back to Big Red and the Silver Fox. This week we have one of the biggest weekend of racings that we have all year. We've got the Derby down in Flemington, so we'll do the preview for that. We'll also have a look at the Coolmore, and then we'll cross to Sydney and we'll have a look at the Golden Eagle. So those will be the three meetings we'll preview today. I'm joined by the Silver Fox, Tony Patillo. How are you, mate?
Mate, very well. Pockets are full from last week. We had a ball. Romantic Warrior got the job done nicely for us. A little bit unlucky in the $100 Quinella. Gee, she's a super mare imperatrice. And yeah, the Sydney results was pretty good for you fellas. He's on the board with Tommy Kitten. Nice
Yeah,
results.
Tommy Kitten was a good win. Finally broke through for us, which was nice. We're also joined by our Victoria form expert, Rob. How are you, mate?
Not too bad, thanks, Jake.
You ready for me to come visit this weekend, mate?
Yeah, it should be great.
You got the bacon eggs ready for Saturday morning?
No.
I thought you'd be cooking
What
up
are
a storm.
taking him out and shouting him a real breakfast, Rob?
I ain't cooked. You can have some rice bubbles or something, make it yourself. Sure.
Righto, guys. We'll jump straight in.
Sounds like breakfast. Sorry, mate. Just had to grab a beer. If you're gonna tip horses, you got to tip with a beer in your hand.
Rightio. We'll start us off with the Victoria Derby. I'll run us through this market. So, favourite, we've got Riff Rock at $2.25. Pilliard, $4. Vidad, $8. Gates, $12. Sunsets, $15s. Air Assault, $16s. Gold Billion, $31s. And Longer the Rest. Rob, do you want to start us off? Any sort of thought on the speed here? We're going to have a generally run Derby?
Yeah, I think it'll be pretty quick. The way I look at it is, I think Apulia is the horse to be. Just as long as it's not flat off last week's run, which I'm tipping it won't be. I think Riff Rocket is probably going to be better suited at 2,000, but it's not. It's not a pen job. Like, it can still win. But definitely against at the price. And then I gave like good each way chances and like maybe blowout chances to McCante down the bottom, Gates, and I think that's about it. Like, Verdad can't win. Who's even fourth in the market? Like I think it's pretty. The top of the market looks pretty thin, so I'm happy to just stick with Apulia, who I've been on all prep really, and his win last week was actually really good, rated really well. Let's get the market up here. Gates has been well backed in the fourth favourite. Yeah, he's a chance. McCante's 50-1 with Oliver. Could definitely run like top five. It's always something that pops up, like Aberfeldy Boy last year, like 100-1. It's always something that pops into the top three in this race, or wins it, like Johnny Get Angry. It's always something. So, yeah, he could be that sort of horse that could run into the placings. He'll definitely get the trip. So, he's very well bred. Probably the best bred horse in the race, which is interesting. So, actually, no, the best bred horse in the race is Gates. Definitely, it's by Frankel, by a very good relations on the dam side. But what is it? $2.25 Riff Rocket, $4 Apulia. I mean, it's probably about right given relative SPs. Just think that you're betting into the race. I don't think you could, unless you give me chips in Riff Rocket, you can't really be with him. You've got to sort of try and find something else. You've got to stay out of the race, in my opinion. I'm happy to stick with Apulia. That's my take. And then maybe a couple of exotics with those roughies.
So your $100 betting strategy, you just going straight with Apulia, or are you going to have something on the roughies?
We'll say 80 Apulia, and then 5 McCante, 15 Gates. That sort of works out to be I'll probably, even if the other two win, and then decent result if Apulia wins. But I mean, yeah, look, it's similar to the whole day. It's just a bit of a tricky race, and sort of you're either with the favourite or you're against it. It's not a lot of in between on Saturday or anything. So, I mean, yeah, I wouldn't be shocked if Riff Rocket won, but just looks very short, and still he's only done one piece of work that actually suggests that he's these ups this anyway. Really, I mean, last start he was beaten by Sunsets, who's $16. He did beat Apulia and Gates, but they both couldn't win. They were different race. So yeah, it's a few ways you can look at it, but that's just my take of the race. But yeah, not much else to add. I wouldn't have thought.
Tony, who have you landed on, mate?
Mate, I like the run of the top two, numbers 1 and 2, Verdad and Apulia. The Mooney Valley race was it to me. It scored very, very high. I like the way Apulia attacked the line. He kept running the whole way through. Looked as though the big track in Flemington's going to suit him. Nice, easy tempo of the Derby. He should just fall into a nice spot out of the 3 alley, and he should just get a few favours. I think he's definitely going to be a knockout. I think he can definitely beat Riff Rocket anyway. Verdad, he was getting to the line nice, so they're definitely my top 2 in the race. But my 100's going all on Apulia.
Sounds good. I'm definitely against the favourite here, Riff Rocket. I wasn't a fan of it when it was up in Sydney, and like the horses that it beat just haven't gone any good since like they've been up there. I know it had that really good win, that win down in Melbourne, but like since that, like last start, I sort of thought it had every chance, and Sunset sort of beat it. So I'm happy to be against it at the price. I actually like Gates. I'd be happy just to back it each way. I'm not real confident on the race, but I just think it'll eat up the 2,500, and at least you're knocking a horse that will definitely on breeding will run out the distance. So I'm just gonna go 50 each way on it at 12s and 310.
I know that D Lane is riding in Sydney, but he rode it last time. If he was riding it here, I'd be it'd probably be like probably an $8 chance instead of a $12 chance. I'd be super keen, like on it each way. But I mean, Nolan's fine. He's a good rider, but he's not D Lane. So if he was, which he can't be, he's not even in this. He's not even in the state. But if he was sticking, that it'd be a great bet. I would have thought. But it's a couple of horses that D Lane rode last time that I wanted to find, but it's just hard to sort of find him with like any other jockey on. Even with James McDonald going on, like still, he's not D Lane, so it's just hard to sort of to come into him with him off. So it's a bit of a grey up in the day, I thought.
Rightio. We'll move on to the Coolmore. So I'll run over this market quickly. So we've got Cylinders come up favourite at 460, Shinzo 650, King's Gambit $8, Stratton Angel $9, to Party 11s, I'm Unstoppable 11s, Osmosis 11s, Tis Invincible 16s, Vate 19s, Movava 19s, Nadal 26s, and the longer the rest. Do you want to start us off, Tony?
I am all for Party, and I like Tis Invincible and Stratton Angel a little bit odds. So I've got 60 on Party and 20 on Stratton Angel and 20 on Tis Invincible out of my 100.
Sounds good. Rob, who you got?
Well, I was probably worried a little bit with Party in terms of he was drawn on the inside. If he was drawn wide, I would have been more confident. I'm convinced he's the most talented 3-year-old of this crop. I'm definitely convinced of that. But I was worried from a yard point of view last time. He seemed a little bit over the top. Like he's one of the his first few parades, the prep were outstanding, and I reckon he came off a little bit last time. So he either had an off day or he's over the top. I guess we won't know until the yard. But if he's all good, I think he'll run well because he's extremely honest. Cylinder will be the horse that's just there, and he's also honest. He's not a star, but he's really thereabouts. I genuinely give King's Gambit no chance. He's no good. Nothing's changed since last time. He's still no good. I know he won, but he beat Mexico's 100-1. Forget it. Shinzo has had an awful prep. They say he's flying and all that sort of stuff. Of course, they're saying that he's a $1 million colt. And I'm under Coolmore. They're not going to say anything else. His jump out was just average, as much as they want to say he's flying. He's got synthetic hoof filler on, which is yuck. Plus, he's only really proved himself once. I'll probably want to play outside the market. What you just we pointed out before about D-Lane not being here. If he was on Stratton Angel, I'd be extremely keen. Daniel Stackhouse is good enough, though. He's fine. I'd be happy to back B8 with literally any other jockey in Australia, including the picnics, whatever. But you just can't. You can't. Like, I mean,
What about Tony? What about if Tony was on right now?
no, I don't know about. I reckon I could probably like. I'll probably weigh like another 40 kgs, and that said jockey, I reckon I could probably give it more of a chance, but it's not going to happen, unfortunately. So that unfortunately it can't.
That's it. I'm on V8.
She yeah, she looks at honestly, she looks out of place at I mean, she'd look out of place at Witchy Proof on Saturday, which I actually like something in the cup there, Sports Idol, which should be hard to beat, but that's a different matter. So I tell you what, I couldn't see V8 winning, given that, although I've been a massive fan of him, but like D Lane to J Car, like please, no offense though, she's probably a nice girl. Although yeah, I'll leave it at that. So yeah, it's an open race. Probably want to play outside the market. So like, you know, Stretton Angel, Steph Hardy, you know, maybe look, she likes big odds at 50-1, but probably not. I don't know.
What are you doing with your stake? How are you staking it?
I'll do 50 Steph Hardy, 50 Stretton Angel as Lola decides to chase her tail. Yeah, come here, relax.
Rightio. Well, I've landed on Cylinder. I'm not really confident on the race. I think the race is wide open, but I think Cylinder comes out of the best race, comes out of the Everest, where I thought the run was good. And drawn out barrier 14. I'm sort of happy to see Timmy Clark getting a good ride here. I'd love to see Timmy Clark salute here in a big Group 1. Would be nice. King's Gambit's always been one of mine, but just continues to play up in the parade. Sort of still played up a little bit last start and still managed to win. But yeah, as Rob said, they'd beat Mexico.
Just him. He's just no good. That's the problem with him. I don't care about the parade. He just doesn't have a lot of talent.
Yeah. It doesn't help that he runs his race before he goes out, because he looks like a trial superstar because he gets sent straight out there, doesn't carry on, and goes around well in these trials. But I couldn't be with him at 8. So
Well, that, and it just doesn't help that he doesn't have the ability that a lot of people like you think, Jake. But anyway,
yeah,
carry on.
We'll see anyway.
Jeez, I love it when you two go toe to toe. This is interesting.
No good. He's no good. Anyway,
I sort of want to be with him.
I'm not a fan of him, but fuck it. It was a hell of a win last start.
The 2 horses he's beaten in his life, in terms of when he's won, was Pure Paradise on debut, who I don't know where she's at now. I think I backed her at Bendigo in a 3-horse maiden a couple of starts after, and she got done. And Mexico, who's 100-1 here, and probably they might have to hold up race 7 for him to finish the race. So look, he genuine. It's $8, but you can probably add 3 or 4 zeros to that price.
Well, as I said, I'm not tipping King's Gambit. I just wanted to mention him. I'm actually tipping Cylinder, so I'll have my 100 straight on Cylinder at $4.60. I
just want to make sure the viewers aren't just realise he's a camel.
He does have Mark Zahra in the saddle though, who is absolutely flying.
Mark Zahra is probably now that D Lane's not there, he's probably the best rider in Melbourne on the weekend, is he? Or maybe James McDonald, him or James McDonald.
How much is D Lane paying you? Jeez, you're wrapping week in, week out.
Have you seen him ride?
He's got a sponsorship with
Rob.
I
watched him ride.
He dead set through like genuine horses that. Well, I mean, I was going to say horses that had no hope, but they were back because he rode them. He's riding like Gumdrops, who was coming out of a maiden. Was last week was absurd, and he's just throwing things over the line that that no other jockey would win on, but. Yeah, he's great to find. Look at his ride. How about his ride on Wish Law Lass? I know it was a favourite, but Jesus Christ.
Right out. We'll move on. Enough about D-Lane. Calm down a little bit. Right out. We'll move on to the Golden Eagle. So the Golden Eagle will go through the market. So Hawaii 5-0's come up favourite, $4. Amelia's Jewel, $4.20. Legato, 8. I'm going to butcher this name. Obambaruma. How do you say this Japanese name? You got an idea, Tony? Or
Obambaruma.
Obambaruma. Thank you. Pericles 11s, Kovalika 11s, Osipenko 13s, Ruthless Dame 23s, and longer the rest. Who wants to start us off, boys?
Me, give me a go at the Japanese horse. I can speak Japanese. I can say its name. I like it. I think geez, it's got some form, and it actually was finishing off through the line and attacking the line like I like my horses to see. So yeah, it's getting my money solid. Going to put the whole 100 on. I'm on.
100 on at 10s.
Obey Urumai.
Great pronunciation. Rightio. Well, I'll go next. I'm actually playing 2 at double figure odds here. So I'm going to go with the 2 with the Waller pair. So the first one's Kovlika, which I really love the last start. Just absolutely savage line from an impossible position on the turn, which was just heaps far back and flashed home behind Fangirl and Mr. Brightside running like the third quickest last 200 of the race there. It's had the 3 weeks between runs. Back to 1500 is probably a slight concern and the barrier, but I think if Tommy Berry can just get a little bit of cover and get someone to take him into the race at the right time, I think he can come over the top late. And the other one I like is Osipenko, another Waller one. This one's drawn a little bit better. Coming out of similar form lines, it comes out of that run behind Mr. Brightside down in Melbourne and Alligator Blood, which I think is just probably the strongest form coming into a race like this. And it gets blinkers on first time, which also Kovlika does. So Waller's been using that lately on grand final day, blinkers on, and it's done the trick with a few of his like militarized. So I'm happy to stick with Waller, and I'm just going to go 50 on Kovlika at 11s and 50 on Osipenko at 13s.
What barrier did Kovalika draw?
16.
16.
Yeah, interesting.
Yeah, it's going to need a good ride, but T-Berry just needs to give it a peach and get a little bit of cover, and it should be right.
It goes back. It'll be in the 3. It'll be in that I wish I win position where it come from last year.
Yeah, well, when I look back at the past winners of the race, a lot of them have been they've been high pressure races that have been run hard, which this should be too. And I'm thunderstruck, flashed home. I wish I win. I think the only one that didn't was probably Holding when it won the first year. It had like box seat and Bossy got the run on it. But yeah, hopefully pressure's on up front and they can run over the top. Who do you like, Rob?
Well, as you mentioned, the past winners, a lot of talk about how these pop-up races haven't worked. This is as good a field as you'll probably see. Like this, you got like a month ago, Amelia's Jewel was like a $3.50 favourite for a Cox Plate. Kovalika was thereabouts. You had a Y5O who was regarded as an Everest chance. So, and you just mentioned like I wish I win is one of the best sprinters in the world now. And I'm thunderstruck who all but won a Cox Plate last year. So. It's been a very good race. Probably sucks a little bit that we don't see the horses down here for and some of the jockeys. But anyway, I digress. I thought that Amelia's Jewel was probably the one you had have to back, but I mean if you're backing it at like 250 in the Toorak, and I mean just assume that was an off day, you could probably butter up again. It's gonna be hard because I'm obviously not going to be there to see her in the parade because I didn't like what I saw last time. But similar to Party, if it was just an off day, it could she could bounce off it. Damien Lane would be giving up like nine rides on whatever he wants at Flemington on Saturday for this, which is a big lead. I know it's a lot of cash, but if she wasn't going well, I doubt they'd even push on. So she could be too good.
Hunters, we had a little bit of difficulty this week at the end of the show, a few technical issues. So our best bets will be posted over on the Big Red and the Silver Fox Twitter. So head over there and there'll be a video preview of the best bets. Have a good week and hope to fill up.